Hello and welcome to this week's vlog. I know the pressure on many of you across England and Wales continues to grow with this inclement weather, and it's still no signs of picking up. Whether you're lambing outside and the impact that that's having with high mortality rates, the pressure it's putting on you as individuals, and the financial consequences that go into the autumn and beyond. Dairy farmers that haven't been able to spread their slurry or get cows turned out. Arable and horticultural producers that haven't been able to plant their crops. The challenges really are very real. Earlier on in the week, we saw the announcement of the Farm Recovery Fund and the detail contained within, but unfortunately it simply was not good enough. It didn't cover a broad enough area of the country, and there were too many limitations. We've had many calls with DEFRA ministers this week to try and sort out the eligibility criteria, and we really welcome the announcement last night that they will remove the 150 metre restriction from those named watercourses. This will help expand the scheme for some members, but there's still much more work to do. I genuinely believe that ministers want to try and get this scheme right and make it work, and we will continue to put forward the arguments to expand it so it's eligible for more of our members. There should be a bespoke application form so that those of you who can evidence that you really have had critical impact on your farm caused by these weather events are able to make an application. You'll see from John Charles Jones in a minute, this is the type of farm and the type of damage that we expect to be covered by the Farm Recovery Fund, and will continue to work on your behalf. Any of you that think you should be eligible, please don't hesitate to contact Call First, and we'll be able to collate those applications and that evidence and start to make the case to DEFRA.
Well, I mean, you can see over my shoulder the complete devastation in this field. This is by far our worst affected field. We've got significant erosion in probably 6 or 7 of our fields. But I'm not alone, and I suppose that's the point to get across. We're just farmers on one farm in Nottinghamshire, but there are countless farms across Nottinghamshire, across the East Midlands, across the country that are not going to be eligible for any money from the funding. And so I think government need to go back to the drawing board, and I think that we need to find solutions.
I'm now going to hand over to Rachel, who's talking about the Rural Crime Campaign, which kicks off this week.
Police Crime Commissioner elections take place next month. It's really important that you help us help you by logging on to NFU Online. Add your name in support of the ask that we make to the commissioners, so that when they're elected, rural crime is at the very top of their agenda.
Over the last few weeks, David has been continuing to work on the Tenants Forum, and we've obviously had the announcement of the Tenants Code of Conduct, which David will be covering. He's also been chairing the Farm Safety Foundation, and here's an update from David.
2 years on from the launch of the Rock Review, now is the perfect time to come together to discuss and decide what options will enable tenants to really survive and thrive in the future. I'm really pleased we have the Minister, Mark Spencer, coming along, and some brilliant tenants and tenancy practitioners. It'll be a great discussion. It'll be a great day. I look forward to seeing you there. One of my responsibilities as Deputy President is for farm safety, and it's depressing but true that we haven't made any progress on reducing the number of people killed in agriculture since the 1980s, in the last 40 years. Tom and I and all the other UK office holders are really clear. We've got to do better. We've got to get those numbers down. I chaired a meeting of the Farm Safety Partnership this week, and it was really good to see the whole industry come together to work out how we can collaborate, how we can speak with one voice and have a reset moment on farm safety. We've got to get those numbers down. We can't wait any longer.
Next week we have the Food, Farm and Environment Board, and at that meeting we'll be discussing the short-term policies that we need put in place by DEFRA to try and overcome the terrible financial situation that many are going to be facing on farm because of this last 6 to 9 months of dreadful weather that many of us have faced. I really do urge anyone that's struggling at the moment to reach out to the farming charities, to pick up the phone and discuss with your neighbour. I know how difficult that is, but everyone is in the same boat and we're all going through this together. If there's anything we can do to help you, please don't hesitate to contact any of us. And thank you very much for listening.